Today we want to share the top 5 things that we learned from Filipinos.
We got stars in our eyes like diamonds. We got heart in the fuel to light it. Yeah, we burn it up. We got all the magic. Shout out if you have it. Yeah, we go with the flow like a riptide.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to our Friday here in my beloved Manila, Makati city. Today we're gonna have an incredible day. Why? Because we're gonna head out to the mall for some provisions. We're gonna start off the day with some incredible breakfast. I made us some lovely avocado toast on sourdough, which I baked myself yesterday. Plus, we have some grilled chicken right over here. Oh my God, autofocus, what is wrong with you lately?
Grilled chicken in 3, 2, 1, go!
Actually, it's seared chicken. It's not really grilled, but
Okay, we don't
you know,
have a griller.
who's counting? But before we get into this, I wanted to talk about something very important, or let's rather say Nelly wanted to share something very important with you guys, and it is about internet security. So Nelly, take it away while we have our breakfast.
Okay guys, before we head into this video, here's a little ad break with your host, Nelly! Today's video is sponsored by NordVPN, and NordVPN is a, as it says, VPN service. But what does a VPN service do? Don't skip this, this is important. If you have a mom who is very concerned about credit card details and everything on the internet, and she calls you every time she orders something on the web, then you should not skip this. With a VPN server, you can protect your communication, you can protect your data, and it's just one click before browsing the internet. I'm going to give you a few insights about NordVPN, why it's important. It's just a few seconds. Take the time, it's super important. With a VPN server, you have online privacy, online security, and you have certain website access. And I will give you a few examples what you can use a VPN server for. So when we travel, we make sure that we have the VPN on because the prices are lower, because usually what the internet does is it analyzes your browsing history, and according to your browsing history, it shows you the prices that they think you are willing to pay. So if you travel, make sure VPN is on and you get the lower prices. Another thing that we used a lot, like a lot during the quarantine is watching Netflix series. So there are certain streaming services, and not all series are available in the Philippines. So sometimes we switch to the VPN and have access to series from the US. Sorry, just had to get my phone quickly. So when traveling, I'm pretty sure you guys have been in that situation quite a lot, same as me. You are at an airport or you join a Wi-Fi at a coffee shop, and basically your data is available for others. So hackers can have access to your phone. And if you turn on the VPN service, your data is secure. We traveled to China last year, and I realized that we didn't have access to Facebook, we didn't have access to Google, but we had a VPN and we switched to the VPN and had access to everything. So that was super important for us because you guys know we are YouTubers, obviously. We need access to Instagram as well and Facebook. And talking of the internet, you know that we had troubles when we were stranded in Chagall to have the internet speed that we need to upload videos. So I feel like the internet providers slowed down data speed. It didn't work that well. So once we switched to the VPN, it went faster, which is pretty cool. So you can trick the system. And one more thing, because that's also a topic that happens very often, viruses. Yes, viruses. I have luckily a Mac, but I remember I used to have a Windows computer and I had so many viruses. So many every day, literally. Stay safe guys, and use a VPN when you are browsing the internet. It's just a small amount of money that will save you a lot. The good news is you can get 70% off if you click the link in the description down below. It's $3.49 per month when you use our link. Plus, you will get an additional month for free. Use the link in the description down below and go on nordvpn.com/makingithappen, or use the coupon code makingithappen to redeem your discount. So that was it, quick and easy. I hope you enjoyed this little integration. I was happy to be your host for this little brand integration. Thank you so much, NordVPN, for sponsoring today's video. And now back to our vlog.
And guys, this is our new sourdough starter, lovingly named Daphne. I started cultivating this starter around 2 weeks ago, and I was very frustrated because I couldn't get any rise on it whatsoever for 2 whole weeks. And then I fed it one more time, and from 1 hour to the next, it just bloomed up. And it has this lovely, tangy, sour smell to it now, and the sourdough loaves are really turning out nicely. It's the first 2 ones, and this isn't a very matured starter. I mean, it's only 2 weeks old. Just imagine in 2 months how this is gonna taste. Anyway, I fed this one today already, that's why it's a little bit deflated. And tomorrow morning, I am going to make crumpets, and crumpets are something really, really amazing. If you don't know what it is, I'll show you tomorrow. But to get to today's video topic, Nelly and I went on our 5th consecutive morning run, and as we always do during our runs, we had a nice little chat over the 35 minutes that we were out, and we actually realized that we both have really changed a lot since, I'd say, the past 1 to 3 years. And a lot of that change comes from us living here in the Philippines, traveling through the Philippines and then deciding to live here. So today we thought we'd both individually go through the 5 top things, the top 5 ways that the Philippines and the Filipinos have actually influenced us and have changed us, and like talk about the 5 things that we've learned from it. And as I said, we want to do it individually, and then afterwards compare our opinions in line. Do we have different opinions? It's just going to be interesting to see also for us. So the first thing for me, and I'm not going to say my 5 points in order of magnitude, I'm just going to say them by the order as it pops into my head. And the first thing that pops into my head is to have a greater appreciation for small things in life. And that can be just enjoying a small moment or a very big moment, just, you know, being content with small things and not having to have these huge gestures all the time, or these huge big, I don't know, investments, all that kind of stuff. And especially the ability to just be still and enjoy a moment by yourself, not just alone, but by yourself without any stimulus from outside with the internet or whatever. And especially now during our quarantine in Sourdough, when we didn't have internet connection, we had to just, you know, be still and enjoy a moment where you're not stimulated by 100,000 things. And that's something I see a lot in Filipinos, especially if you go out into the province. Oftentimes you see people just enjoying the moment, sitting, being still. They might sit on the side of the road and just enjoy the sunset, or it's just people chatting to each other on the street. There's just too much information out there in this world today, and you can constantly be busy watching things on the internet or reading things, or, you know, spending your time with news. But just being still in the moment is so important. And yeah, that's the first thing that just pops into my head. Not the most important thing, but just the first thing.
Okay, it's my turn. So one of the main things that I learned from Filipinos since we moved here is to spread positivity. No matter what happened to you, or if you had a bad day at work or whatever, the main thing is to spread positivity, to share a smile. And even though we live in Manila, which is a very big and hectic city, I barely see anybody with a grumpy and frowny face. So no matter if you are stuck in traffic and you are annoyed with I don't know, somebody who just cut you off, you basically just look out of the window and you see somebody just like smiling at you like, sorry dude. So yeah, positivity is definitely one of the main things that I learned, and it feels so good when you step outside of your home and you see smiling faces, and it's just a completely different feel compared to, let's say, if I compare it to New York. New York was very stressful for me. I couldn't stay in that city for that long because everybody had just so much tension and so much energy that was kind of not good for me. And although Manila is, I think, much bigger than New York, I feel way more relaxed because people here are very positive, and you can basically feel it in your everyday conversations with everybody. So that's one of the things that keep me motivated to stay positive and share a smile and always look on the bright side.
just came out to Glorietta Mall because we're going to Guess to buy some clothes. Actually, we partnered up with Guess Philippines. We'll tell you more in a second, but before we get to the store, I wanted to talk about number 2 of the things that I learned since living here in the Philippines. And for me, it is to celebrate food, celebrate eating events. So, I mean, it's not just in the Philippines that people just celebrate food, but I feel like Filipinos, they cherish it more. They cherish meals together. They cherish these fiestas where there's just tons and tons of delicious food. So that definitely for me is number 2. Spending time together, enjoying food. Hello. Nice to meet you. And by the way, guys, this was the second time we met one of you guys today. The first person we met was John.
Yes.
He was standing at the red light next to us, and we all got very excited. He was so enthusiastic.
Yeah,
it made us so happy.
In the car.
Yeah, that really made my day. It made my weekend.
Yeah, so fun. So much good energy.
Yeah, I know. Lovely. Yeah, that was it. Number 2. Nelly, would you like to elaborate more with Guess?
Yes, we are having a date night, and we're partnering up with Guess, and they're going to give us new clothes, which is so cool because our clothes, like this dress is 3 years old and all of my clothes are super old. Mike is wearing the same clothes for years, so a new wardrobe would be really great.
Yeah. We got a few items from Guess last year, and literally every single piece that we got from Guess, we still use it, so I really like the clothes. So we're gonna head there now, stock up on some clothing supplies, which really makes me happy. Thanks Guess Philippines for hooking us up. All right, thank you guys.
Okay, thank you
We
guys.
are super excited for our new clothes.
Yes, come and enjoy.
We'll see you next time.
Very good service here.
Nice.
Yeah, smile. So excited to have some nice clothes again. While we were stranded in Siargao, it kind of was difficult to find like nice clothes to go out on a date night for, you know, like shirts and that kind of stuff. So yeah, really good. Where to next?
This way. Hi.
Thanks, Guess. Oh, hello. Thanks again, Guess. Team is awesome in there.
Yeah, really looking forward to wearing new clothes, and they look super good. They have a new collection, so it's a little bit more fleshy, but I also got a few basics that are just a little bit more understatement. But now we're going to, I think, Ace Hardware store because I need some things for...
Yes, and Rustons.
And Rustons, yes. Okay, my reason number 2 is kindness and the dedication to help each other out. So no matter if you're asking for, you know, directions where to go, or just in general need some help with anything, everybody will make it their priority to help you out. And that's not something that I see in many places around the world, because we mentioned it many times on our videos and in our reaction videos that nobody expects anything in return. And that's a beautiful thing, because you don't feel guilty about, you know, some extra help and people are just happy to help you out. And that's one of the things that I really love and that we also adapted in our life. We always had that mentality that karma is everything in life, so if you give, you will receive. So in this case, kindness is key. Okay guys, we are finally back at home, and I think we made how many steps? We walked 2 hours and 15 minutes in the mall.
Yeah.
Burned a lot of calories. 700 calories?
800.
800 calories.
800 calories in the mall.
Counts as a workout. So, if you watched yesterday's vlog, you might have seen that we are slowly finishing our annex kitchen, and I transformed the counter with a marble kind of thingy, with a marble foil. And Mike said, why don't you do that for the kitchen as well? So I might be doing the kitchen. I might be redoing the kitchen. Bought some paint to paint the cupboards because they are yellowish, which is not my thing. Got a little set here. So I guess I will do probably a video on my channel. Little kitchen makeover with Nelly.
Nelly likes to build. Nelly likes to build.
Ooh, look who's using the annex.
Lovely, I like it.
Yeah?
It's not ready for filming yet, we need more lighting for that.
Yeah.
But for cooking, I got so much real estate, it's so nice.
Yeah.
Do like food prep and have doughs rising here. It's an absolute dream.
Yeah.
But now I need to go to the stovetop.
By the way, guys, I just showed this on my Instagram stories. This kitchen cabinet is mainly dedicated to flour. Yep. We have so much flour. We could open up a bakery.
It's flour and baking witchcraft in there. One of my new favorite ingredients is xanthan gum,
Yeah.
which is amazing. It's amazing. Like there's so much you can do with it. If you're doing like a pan sauce after you made a steak, it's just such a good. It's a thickener that adds no taste to the food. It's just protein. There's nothing unhealthy in it. It's a natural product. And if you're making a salad dressing, you add a little bit of xanthan gum, shake it up, you get an emulsion. If you want a pan sauce, add a little bit of it, put some butter, you got an amazing pan sauce. If you want to make mayonnaise, you can make mayonnaise without running risk of the egg breaking. So it's just so awesome. It's so awesome. Oh, I'm sorry guys. Yesterday Nelly and I decided to chill out in the evening. We didn't decide to not vlog, it just kind of happened, and I was cooking, I made some burgers and I baked some sourdough bread. If you follow me over on Instagram, Making It Happen vlog, you'll see what I created in the kitchen yesterday. If you don't follow me yet on Making It Happen vlog, head on over right now and help me hit 100k. I'm only like 10,000 away from 100k, 9,400. So do it right now. Head over, give me a follow, say hi, shoot me a PM. And yeah. Today we had another great start to the day. We went for a run right after getting up, and yesterday actually I did another weight training here at home with dumbbells, which is really good, and I'm doing another workout today. And it's really cool because in the last 5 days I was able to lose 2.2 kilos almost, which is really good. On track to reaching our fitness goals, which is really a nice feeling. And yeah, let's jump into the third thing that I learned from Filipinos in the past years traveling around this beautiful country, which is the joy of sharing. Whenever we travel somewhere, anywhere in the Philippines really, people are always eager to share experiences, share food, share knowledge, and it's just such a nice mentality, and I feel like we've adopted that ourselves. And while we're at the topic, I baked some fresh sourdough and I decided to bake a second loaf for George and Lucy just to share the joy of sourdough with them. We're going to be meeting them this evening. You'll see that in tomorrow's vlog. And yeah, that's just, talking of sourdough, my timer just went off. I gotta take the sourdough out of the oven. So yeah, that's reason number 3. Nelly's here in the kitchen cooking some healthy food for us. Sorry for the mess, but baking causes a mess.
Okay, next thing that we learned from Filipinos is resilience. So I think Mike and I experienced earthquakes, volcano eruptions, typhoons, and a pandemic. And the way the Philippines handles all these situations is one of a kind, because no matter how difficult the situation seems in that moment, everybody tries to make the best out of it. I remember a few instances where I thought to myself, okay, that's interesting, I should try to adapt that. So one thing was when I was in a crowd at the Sourdough festival and it got so packed that I kind of started panicking because there were too many people on a small space. So I felt like I needed to leave. Somebody saw me and said, don't worry, just breathe. and we were trying to move forward, and it was really an intense situation because I don't really like it when it's tight. I don't like tight spaces. So somebody saw me panicking kind of, and she looked at me and smiled and said, "Don't worry, just hold on to your partner and take it slow." And I saw the people around me and everybody was so cool and chill and basically doing the same thing, that I was like, okay, there's really no reason to panic here. People know what they are doing. So yeah, I adapted and I felt so much better instantly. Another instance was when the Tal volcano erupted, where people came together to donate to the people living in that area. And I saw there are always these pictures or videos that go viral, and I saw a bunch of people taking the relief goods, and it's basically clothes. And I saw a few guys wearing like super fancy dresses. I don't know who donated these fancy dresses, but just the way they made fun of it, or like were joking around and trying to put smiles on other people's faces, was so inspiring for me to see. And I really admire that. Keeping the spirit up, although the situation is at its worst, basically, because these people lost their homes in a split second. And yeah, everybody was still trying to smile and spread good vibes, so that's something that I really admire. Another instance, another viral video that I saw, there was, I think, a typhoon, and somebody was doing the Michael Jackson, you know, the Earth song. So super valuable thing to have, that resilience, to have the assurance that things will look brighter. And right now we take it one step after another, and yeah, that's something that everybody should actually live by. So don't panic, better times will come. And there's one catchphrase that I learned here, and that is, "This too shall pass," which is very true. And one more essential thing that I learned since I live in the Philippines is the togetherness, just in general, to cherish the moments together. You don't have to sit at home and be all by yourself. The Philippines is a country where people come together, they celebrate being together, exchanging laughter, and just spending time together. And I realized a lot of people just, you know, take a selfie every time they meet up, no matter if they saw that person the day before. It's always, when we go out with friends here for dinner, it's always one thing that they say, "Okay, picture." So then they take the picture as a memory and post it on Facebook or wherever, Instagram, and it's just so nice. It's really nice to have these moments, to cherish them, and also to go through hard times. One thing that really astonished me was the whole pandemic situation, where people came together virtually to sing, and they brought out this song, "We Heal as One." And it's always like this togetherness, in like, we win as one, we heal as one, we smile as one. So that means that we put ourselves into the shoes of others, and we are in it together, and we'll get through this no matter what. And yeah, Mike and I are basically people who also love to surround themselves with other people. We love to do things, so this whole togetherness spirit reached a whole new level just by talking to strangers on the street. It happens so many times that we travel somewhere in the province or on an island, where people just basically say, oh, kain tayo, come and eat. But just like to a stranger. These people have never seen us in their life before, but it's just like this togetherness that they appreciate having people around, and that's something that I love. Okay guys, that was it for today. We just wanted to take a few dedicated minutes to just share our thoughts that we had in the morning during our morning run. I remember when Mike and I used to run in Miami every day in the morning, we would talk a lot about what we think. Since it was our year-versary here in the Philippines, I just thought sharing our thoughts after living here, traveling through the Philippines might be helpful for somebody who wants to move here. Got a lot of messages on Instagram though, especially from people who want to come back home, but also from foreigners who want to try living in the Philippines. So I will try to put some videos together with some info on my channel, on Nelly's life. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so and support me. And yeah, I hope that people will not only see the beautiful beaches, which is like stunning beauty, but also kind of get to know the culture a little bit more and get to know why we want to live here forever.
Okay guys, I'm sorry for the less than great audio in that last sequence. We nearly accidentally plugged the microphone into the headphone jack instead of the microphone jack, so
sorry.
That's why you could hear the vacuum cleaner so loud in the background. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed our little summary of things that we learned and things that make this country so special to us. If you have some more points that you would like to share in the comments down below, please feel free to do so. I really love going through the comments, especially in the morning when I wake up and read through the comments. I'm very, very motivated. It makes me very happy to read from you guys. So, you know, do me a favor, keep those comments coming. For now, we're going to end the vlog. We're actually going to start another vlog in a few minutes because we're heading to BGC to go for dinner with George and Lucy at a very nice restaurant. We're really looking forward to that. And we're going to take out...
Mike is wearing a polo.
Yeah, we're going to take out our nice clothes from Guess. Thank you, Guess, again for taking care of us. And yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place. Remember to stay awesome, be positive, and make it happen. What?
I'll make it happen. Bye-bye.
This video is 30 minutes long already, Nelly.